keep her here forever.
If they find her, we're never going to see her again. We got to protect her. That's our job.
Humans and dinosaurs.
There's a heady whiff of nostalgia at the multiplex right now, and this time around it's in the form of Jurassic World Dominion, what looks like to be the final installment of the franchise that brings back some of the original cast. With more, let's go to Eli Glasner right now. Eli, this brings me right back to high school. Where do we begin here?
A world in chaos, Michael. Evil corporate overlord once again mucking around with dino DNA, supersized locusts munching our food supply. Dr. Malcolm, please say something ominous in a leather jacket for us.
Genetic power has now been unleashed.
We made a terrible mistake.
The doomsday clock might be about out of time.
There you go. There's your leather jacket. That is Jurassic World Dominion, which you could also call Jurassic Park #6, ladies and gentlemen, which is the Happy Meal of Jurassic Park films. A cheap cash grab filled with fleeting moments of pleasure, a pale plastic imitation of the beloved original.
Okay, and when you talk about the original, it's been, what, nearly 30 years since the first one came out. How much of nostalgia plays into this?
I mean, it's a fair question, Michael, and I wondered that. So I decided it was time to revisit the original. I liked Jurassic Park well enough when I first saw it, but I know people, this is their film, right? Like, it was formative. I was lucky enough to see Spielberg at the height of his powers. I'm talking Indiana Jones, E.T., Jaws. But Jurassic Park was a great reminder of how good director Spielberg was at just the basic tools of filmmaking. Remember, in this film, it's a full hour before things start going horribly wrong. The hurricane, the computers going offline, the kids and the scientists getting trapped in the park, and then it just gets worse and worse. And before that, let me give you a treat, because of course we had those true moments of grandeur.
Dr. Grant, my dear Dr. Sattler, welcome to Jurassic Park.
They let that moment breathe, right? I mean, it's everything. Like, we live in this time where you can do dinosaurs with a Snapchat filter, so we forget how revolutionary that was. But it wasn't, Michael, just the technology. It was the music, it was the majesty, it was the build-up, it was Richard Attenborough and all of that and more. And like Hitchcock, Steven Spielberg, the director of Jurassic Park, understood the importance of building suspense, whetting our appetites, saving the reveal of the T-Rex. You remember all that business with the water shaking as it approaches? That's activating your imagination. Or this scene here where Timmy is trapped in the Jeep, trapped in the tree, the Jeep's gonna fall. This is about, and it's not very sexy, but it is so critical, spatial awareness, ladies and gentlemen, spatial awareness, so that you understand where he is, where the Jeep is, and when those branches start to break, we know exactly what's at stake, so we can appreciate that scene better.
Okay, so give us a bit more context here then. Obviously, you think the original one is the better one, but how does it actually stack up against #6?
So they needed to give us a reason to come back to the park, right? So this is what they did. Their big draw is combining the two generations of Jurassic Park people. We got the OGs, Laura Dern as Ellie Statler. We got Sam Neill as the Grumptastic Grant. We got Jeff Goldblum, the only man who can make math look sexy. And then there's the newbies, Chris Pratt as Owen, the Raptor Whisperer, Bryce Dallas Howard as Claire. Here's a little taste of how they come together.
If our world's gonna survive, what matters is what we do now.
I could use your expertise.
You coming or what?
So there you go, L.A. dragging Grant back into the game. Campbell Scott shows up as an evil Steve Jobs who's looking to plunder dino DNA. And poor DeWanda Wise shows up as a pilot. She helps give the cast some much-needed diversity. Shame her character didn't get much more than a generic personality. The new film takes place in a world where, forget grandeur, dinosaurs are commonplace now. This is Fast and Furious dinos with motorbikes and Jeeps dodging T-Rexes. There's a chase chase scene in Malta that's like Jason Bourne, but instead of Matt Damon jumping around, it's racing raptors. Now, through a variety of means and schemes, the whole gang get brought to yet another secret dinosaur preserve. How many places in the world can you hide dinosaurs? But this time it's some mountain range, I think in Italy. Planes crash. There are gigasauruses to avoid. Now, Chris Pratt is at his best when he's poking fun at heroes like Star-Lord, not trying to be one. But as ridiculous as the story is, Jeff Goldblum, the one and only, can make almost any line sing, like when he and Sam Neill see the latest Beastie.
Don't move. Bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger?
Yes, the original Jurassic Park was tailor-built for branding, but it was like an amusement park ride. The slow part at the beginning and then the chaos at the end. For the final installment, it feels like we're on autopilot. Not even excavating your favorite characters can make this ride worth the admission. 2.5 stars out of 5.
Eli, thank you for that. The CBC's Eli Glasner.